So my name is Mike D'Angelis, my wife Donna D'Angela. We own the King George on Main Street. We are standing in what used to be called the tea room, if I'm correct on that. And there's many layers to this building. We've owned this building for close to 20 years. We did the original work upstairs, converting the old hotel rooms to apartments, and we're now bringing this back to the George on Main Street, which will be
Brewhouse and Eatery.
Brewhouse and Eatery. Yes.
A gathering place for.
Yep, for people that want to have a nice time, and the thought of making the beer is also a consideration. Historically, beer played a big part in towns and developing and such, and that was our thought: farm to table, and then brew to table, so to speak, as well. And I think that's where our design is
locally.
Sourcing locally.
For the food and being all fresh.
Yep.
Not the out of the box.
Yeah, we're all about that, and
we wanted to bring this building back to its original glory.
Yeah,
it was always a very significant building down here on Main Street.
Yep.
And we want it to be that again. We want it to be a hub, a place to come and gather and be with family and friends and be comfortable and
yeah. So we're not sure exactly how it's going to look by the time it's finished, but we're working on it, and we will be peeling back, the layers as we're doing now. And once we get this framing out, we're going to have another opportunity to see it fully open and unobscured before we do the final demo and make it what it will finally become.
Do we have any idea how long this process is going to take?
Well, the wild card for me right now is the delivery of the tanks. They're coming from China, and it's just a bit of a wild card right now. It's anywhere from 4 to 6 months. I'm pretty comfortable with it being about a 4-month build or so. But again, it's going to come down to when the tanks get delivered. So we're hoping for around the summer to be open, sometime.
Terrific.
In the summer. Yeah.
Terrific.
Really trying for that.
Yeah, we're trying for that.
Maybe fall, but
Maybe
really would like the summer.
Well, I think kudos have to go to you to undertake a project like this. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's it's something.
Well, we've always loved historic buildings.
Yeah.
The character, the soul they have, they're works of art. They really are the way they were built.
They don't build them like this. These walls are triple bonded brick. They're structural brick walls. They're 3 bricks thick, and you can't find, nobody builds like this. You can't do it anymore.
How much do you think of the original structure you'll be able to keep?
I'm going to keep as much as I possibly can. I want to keep all the brick exposed. The lath and plaster in the ceiling has to come down. We're gonna take it down. We're gonna do proper sound and fire separations. There's some steel beams that are here which we have to box around, and we'll deal with that. And then the outside, we plan to straighten it back out to where it was, and then do something that's complementary to the look of the building. Yeah.
All right.
Like it's a new build, but it needs to kind of respect what it was.
Well, it certainly looks. I'm not an architect, but it certainly looks like it's sturdy. So
it is.
You should.
And like I said, the work that was done here was a lot of work. Like this, and maybe you can help me, is to maybe when this was done. My guess is late 60s,
Well,
when this might
we
have
know
been
that
done.
we know that the tea room was one of the featured reasons that people got onto the Metropolitan Railroad in Toronto and came to Newmarket. It was featured in their ads.
Yeah.
And they arrived here. Well, arrived on Main Street at the beginning of the 19th century, and of course went behind the hotel in 1908 when they discovered that horses and cars and
Scared.
a train don't really mix, and you can see how wide Main Street is.
Yeah, that was a very short-lived rail out there. It was like, what, about 5 years or so?
Yeah,
They-
yeah,
they
well,
moved it, yeah.
Exactly. So, it wasn't a really good idea when they did it, but it certainly fit in with the general history of this structure because, it was first of all the headquarters for the stage or stop for the stagecoach from Toronto. Then it was essentially the railway hotel.
Right.
In the sense that this is the one major stop in Newmarket. So that that made it, and that continued even after they moved it behind the hotel. And then of course it was the Grey Coach terminal. So a lot of people, when people look at this little video, they'll think of this as it's a Grey Coach depot. But it's been much more over the years, and because of that, it's had wonderful featured restaurant. The tea room was literally famous.
Yeah. There were several articles we came across which would have, events, significant enough to be in the paper were held here.
Well, as I say, if you've got a poster down on St. Clair Avenue saying, that a must-day visit is to the country to come to the tea room here,
Yeah.
this is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
People don't think of Newmarket as a center of culture, but it was certainly something special.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, and that's really kind of the thing about it is this was a place where people gathered and had a nice time, and that's trying to bring it back to
Yeah.
that.
Well, it'd be great if
I think with the work that was done, it allows an opportunity to create a new, version of
exactly.
the space. Which,
Well, it's great that you're continuing the history of the building. So I'm hoping that we can touch base with you as this all progresses, and we'll keep people aware of how it's going, and whether you're still smiling or.
yeah,
I'm sure you will be.
well, it's all good.
Anyway, thank you very much for taking a few minutes to show me around.
Yeah.
Take
Anytime.
care.